Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jala Sun Tarot. I'm super thrilled and happy for you guys to be here today. And honestly, if you clicked on this video, there should be messages resonating or waiting for you in one of the piles that you see. So let's get into today's topic, guys. You're here for a reason. So we're talking about their thoughts and feelings for you right now. What is the current energy with this person that you are currently thinking about? This person that you have in mind for today's reading. What are their thoughts? What are their feelings? What are the details behind those emotions and what it is that they're experiencing, what their perspective is on the connection? We're going to look at all of that, guys. So, if that sounds like your reading, then you made it to the right place. So, we are going to use a different tarot deck for each of the readings today. And we have a lot of oracle to get through as well, because again, I really want to, we're looking at thoughts and feelings. So, I really wanted to make sure that we're looking at everything. Okay, so everything is listed in the description box, including the timestamps, also pinned to the top of the comment section if you want to just go directly to the pile or group that you are vibing with the most right now. But for those of you that want to stick around for the pile selection, let's get into it. So for pile one, we have this Caboltuan calcite. As you could tell, there's a lot going on outside, but that's the name of the game. So we are going to be using the Starlight Tarot for your reading today, group one. So the Starlight Tarot with the Caboltuan calcite for pile one. Pile two, we have the Rose Quartz Pointed Tower. And for your reading today, we will be using the Mind's Eye Tarot. So the Mind's Eye Tarot with the Rose Quartz Pointed Tower for pile two. For pile three, we have this pink agate stone. For your reading today, we have the Tarot Familiars. So the Tarot Familiars with the pink agate for pile three. All right, guys, feel free to pause if you need that moment to kind of tune into the energy. Again, there should be messages that you resonate right out the gate when you get to your reading. So please don't force any messages to fit. Remember, this is a general reading, so you either know it's for you or it's not. Feel free to check another pile if you're not vibing with the messages right away. But again, just wanted to give that disclaimer. Also, this might be, we got a lot going on, so I hope you're comfortable. This might be a little bit more in depth today, but aren't they usually? So, if that is something you are ready for, guys, then I will meet you over there. Bye. Hey everyone, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Caboltuan calcite crystal and or the Starlight Tarot, then you made it to the right place, and I'm excited to get into it. We got a lot going on. We're looking at all of the details surrounding their thoughts and feelings for you right now? What's the current energy? What are we tapping into, Spirit? We're going to look at all the emotions, all the perspective that this person has in the current energy, in the current situation between you and them. See what's going on. Spirit, thank you so much for always being here for the collective energy of our group one. Please, may we get the best messages for group one's higher self today when it comes to this. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys, let's see. Their thoughts and feelings for you right now. This person that you are thinking about. What are their thoughts and feelings? What do we need to see, Spirit? So we have the Four of Wands as our first card. We have the Knight of Swords coming through. Three of Swords in reverse. Thoughts and feelings, Spirit. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. King of Cups. Wow. So it's looking pretty positive. I want to see what details we could get, though. Let's see what else we're getting. Nine of Wands. Is it upright or in reverse, Spirit? It's doing the same thing. So we're going to keep it upright. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Their thoughts and feelings. Eight of Wands, interesting, in reverse. Ooh. Ace of Swords. You know what? Let me double check that because I pulled it before it wanted to land. Yeah, I knew it. All right, Ace of Swords upright. And the Moon in reverse. Now the Moon, is that our first major arcana? This is our only major arcana, guys. The Moon energy is card number 18, Pisces. And we got our second major arcana at the bottom of the deck. And our third, we got Judgment, card number 20, Libra energy. And we got the Lovers, card number 6, Gemini. I think this person has emotions for you that run pretty deep, but I don't think that they are, I think this is still veiled in mystery. You know, it seems to me with the King of Cups here that they have a solid control of how they feel, and they feel like a dominant presence in their emotional, you know, like how they are feeling, their bag of emotions feel solid. However, it's coming through with the Moon in reverse. That could imply that this is someone that is starting to feel that sense that they are wanting to open up, maybe. They are wanting to make this a little bit more known. They're not going to rush in and tell you how they feel, though. I feel it's more so that it's slow. The pacing is slowed down on purpose because this person still probably has things they need to heal and things that they are, you know, wanting to proceed with good judgment, with good sound judgment and clarity. And they are achieving clarity. One of the things that's coming through as far as their thoughts and feelings is it seems to be future oriented. You know, we got the Four of Wands as our first card, which, you know, and a lot of readings could represent marriage. It could represent a solid foundation, building that, union with someone, but it could also represent union with self. And I think in this case, it's both because we are also getting it with the Ten of Pentacles, which for me feels as though this person is getting clarity. They're starting to understand with very clear vision of what they see in the future in regards to you. You seem to be someone that they could build a life with, that could be this really grand, abundant dynasty. You know, we got 2 dogs, we got the family, we got a baby, a toddler, parents, probably a grandfather, like generational abundance. This person is seeing with you like a legacy. And they're seeing it in such clear, like they're envisioning this and with such clarity. But I will say they are not wanting to rush in. At the center of our reading, guys, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and we're getting it with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands could be forward movement, a rush of excitement. It could also represent communication. This could be, with it coming in reverse, that this, with the Three of Swords, guys, which could indicate there was at one point some difficult energy this person was healing from, whether you were the reason why, you know, if you and this person experienced some heartbreak together. However, this could also represent heartbreak or things that they are healing when it comes to romance, that they've healed, are, you know, things that they've come a long way in, which is why I don't think they want to rush into anything. I think they're very aware. And with the King of Cups, that's self-awareness, emotional self-awareness. That's emotional intelligence that this person has. So rushing in and acting in a rash way is not something that they want to do. That could also be something that they're gaining a lot of clarity in. However, I do think that one of the thoughts and something that they're really feeling strongly about, even though they don't want to rush it, is they do want to communicate to you. It's feeling very burdensome not to come toward you. It's feeling a little bit heavy on their mind. Something about the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands. With the saw in the background, I don't know if you guys could hear that. There's construction on and off. It's like a block down, but that being said, it's that feeling where this person has a sense of urgency cutting through them very sharply. But in order for them to feel at peace moving or thinking and envisioning forward movement with you, they want to temper it. They want to come in with a good judgment. And I feel like this person does have clear, like they have sound judgment. I'm getting the feeling like you could, not you as in you collective, but like generally speaking, they are coming off as someone that you could trust their leadership right now. So this person may have come a long way. I'm also noticing like where the Nine of Wands is with the Four of Wands. This could have been a lot of challenging work that they put in for self-development, some sort of self-healing journey that they have gone down. They could still be on the tail end of it as well. But with the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands, you know, talking about self-union, union with self, being aligned with self, it wasn't an easy road for them to fall into union with self. But that is what I'm thinking that they are starting to feel, and to really feel empowered in that energy. Like they're not afraid of it. They probably looked at all their shadows. They face the dark night of the moon or I should say the dark side of the moon, like they've gone to the other side. They see, they may be more conscious in some way when it comes to you, this energy, how they are feeling. And honestly, guys, it feels very mature. So if you are not, used to this person coming in this energy, something about this is feeling where this person really developed themselves in such a grand way. Are you guys communicating right now? Some of you may be. We're not getting an indicator too much of no contact, or now that is something you and this person could have already experienced. But for the right collective, with Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, you guys could be starting to talk. And it might feel very slow paced. It might be slow to develop, but the key word there is it feels like it's developing. For those of you that are not talking to this person right now, I believe that even with the Eight of Wands coming in reverse, it still feels like this is going to be happening soon. If it's not happening already. It's looking very promising. I want to see, do we want to get any clarifiers? Because this was pretty straightforward, guys. But we do got a lot of oracles, so I'm excited to see like what other details that we could pick up on to tie you to this reading. Let's give it one quick shuffle. I want to see. Let's see. Let's talk about communication. Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Spirit. Is there communication coming? Are you guys already speaking? Where's the action behind these thoughts and feelings? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Kind of just getting some energy with the communication, guys. What do we need to see, Spirit, as far as the swords? Ooh, the Hermit flipping up in reverse. The Tower. Something broke down in their world. It could have to do with you. Page of Wands. So here's the thing, guys. This is feeling as though you and this person, the foundation that you and this person may or may not have built together, may have been very rocky, may not have been solid. Especially, we only got one major arcana. So this could feel, even if you've been dealing with this person for a while, it still could feel where you and this person didn't go that deep. Even if there does seem to be a deeper energy between the both of you with this King of Cups here. Let's see. Why is the King of Cups here, Spirit? Is this person really feeling group one? To what extent? What's the emotion? What are the feelings with this? The Lovers. Okay, so that's just confirming, guys. All right, now I'm ready to move on. So the Chariot in reverse, again, to go back to movement. So movement may not be rushed. Even Cups energy, it's not the fastest energy. It's not the slowest energy in tarot. It's a little bit in between. I think, what is it? Wands is days. I always confuse Cups and Swords, but I think Cups is it months? And Swords is weeks. Pentacles could be years, if we're looking at time frame. And again, don't attach to time. But, I honestly think that the if we're not looking at time and we're just focusing on the current energy, regardless of whenever you come across this reading, guys, the feeling is that this person has matured in some way. However, they are slowing it down and coming through perhaps with respect towards you, in a lighthearted, maybe wanting to just build that rapport with you again. So with the Page energy, with the Wands energy, you and this person could be building some moments of And it doesn't have to be constant conversation, but it's going to feel consistent. However, you might not get a response immediately from this person. Again, it's going to be paced, but I think it's for both of your own good that it's not obsessive texting back and forth. It's not healthy. I mean, in my opinion, again, to each their own. And I've been in that energy. So, I mean, it could be very hyper focused type of energy when you're just always on your phone waiting for the person to text. And it's pretty obvious also to the people in your life, if you're on going out with friends and you're constantly on your phone, your friends are going to notice. And whether you care or not, right? So it's important to be present, to be conscious, not waiting for the next text, or overthinking what you're gonna send, All right, I want to move to our oracle. We're gonna start with the wild unknown animal spirit. Tap into thoughts and feelings from our animals. So if we could get spirit, either energy from this person or energy from our collective, group one. What do we need to see? Their thoughts and feelings. Let's get two. And the bottom of the deck. All right. So shark and fire ant is coming out. Ooh, fox. This person has learned a lot, but they're coming through very strong, dragonfly, as someone who is ready to be on the move, to capture the goal. It's like, fire ants, it's giving that fire, right? That fire energy. And it feels very busy, feels very chaotic, feels like a burst of energy, fire ants. And I feel as though that is kind of what this person may want to tame a little bit moving forward with you, because they are, again, to go back to 10 of Pentacles, they are viewing this as future energy, someone that they're taking very seriously, or someone that they will take very seriously. Because again, the overall energy is knowing that there's clarity of who they see in their life, in their future, and what they would want to build with you. But now it's like they're circling in like a shark, they're on the prowl. It's like they have their jaws clenched on this energy. They're not going to let go. And they have a big bite. Now, fox energy, such a beautiful animal, fox, foxy. So, of course, I think they definitely know that you are very attractive. You're also coming through as someone that lights them up, that fires them up, but also someone that is very stable and independent, abundant. So, they may feel they need to be very, I don't think they want to work in the shadows though. So I do feel like this fox is going to come out of the shadows, but I'm also getting the energy of something being learned, something being taught. And I'm wondering if maybe whatever it is that you or this person has experienced, whatever this Three of Swords was, and that could have been a tower moment between you and them. It could have been also things that they needed to heal from their past 3D karmic situations or past relationship. But whatever it is, it's like they've learned the lesson and now they are on fire. But, even with the Eight of Wands and the Chariot, but both of them are in reverse, it's like they have that sense of urgency, that the firecracker is lit. There's a spark. So you better move back because it's about to, light up in the sky. like a fire ant. Like, look at this, kind of reminds me of a firework going off. So it's like they're sizzling, you know? But I think this person has come a long way with their energy. So their thoughts and feelings, again, to go back to maturity, even though they're coming through as a page and they're trying to temper this, I feel like it's because they're consciously doing that. They could have rushed in previously and it could have backfired. It could have blown up in their face, right? Or they could have rushed things in the past, whether it was you or someone else, and regretted it later or changed their mind later. You know, it's like this person knows they're not going to change their mind. However, they know that if they rush in, that it could end up in maybe they know with wisdom, I think they know that they need to, anything too close to the sun will, it's like a moth to the flame. Like literally moths will land in the flame and burn, guys. It's really sad. You know, if you're at a campfire type of thing, right? So a lot of passion and emotion with the King of Cups, with the lovers. So let's move on to the truth. All right, we're going to look at truth and the heart's hidden secrets. So let's see. We'll start with the truth, their thoughts and feelings for group one. Spirit, what else do we need to see? Group one. This person's thoughts and feelings for group one. Let's get one more, Spirit. A lot of emotions, a lot's going on. All right, two came out. All right, we have miracle, ascending, reconcile, hope, clown, divine timing. Ooh, good energy. Lots going on. Bottom of the deck, addiction. What a way to end it. Now, unless they've dealt with things that they needed to release with the terminology addiction, and again, addiction doesn't need to specifically mean substance abuse. It could very well, but don't force that, you know. But it could also be addiction to past habits, things they've needed to heal when it came to romance. You know, they could have been clowning around. They could have been just in autopilot. And maybe for the first time, or maybe in a long time, they are maturing up. They're realizing maybe I could start thinking about the future. Maybe something more could happen. Now we're getting hope and miracle, ascending, reconcile, divine timing. You know, this could be a spiritual connection in some regard. You might know what type of connection this is. This person might not know. However, I think at this point they may feel, which could also be why they're tempering the pacing of this. So again, if they're thinking about reconciliation and you guys aren't speaking, because I think for the right collective, a lot of you will be in the phase where you're about to start talking, or you are already talking. And it could feel like reconciliation energy. Okay? Now, if that's the case, miracle and hope could be what they're feeling, you know, like even in those moments of mistakes and things feeling like they're not moving forward the way they should. This person, I think deep down, knows that something about you, they're locking into having that vision of the future. So this person is, I feel like this person is, I don't want to say attached because I'm not feeling that, but there is, I guess, a little bit of attachment because they aren't looking at anything or anyone else. Like you are the person that they have in mind right now. in their energy. You're the only person there. So, but again, I think it's because they're emotionally invested at this point. So let's give this a little bit of a shuffle and see what else comes through. My OG, Heart's Hidden Secrets. Okay, that was not a great shuffle. Let's do it one more time. Spirit, their thoughts and feelings right now for group 1. Okay, let's see. Their thoughts and feelings for group 1. What do we need to see? This person. Okay, bottom of the deck, abandoned. Heart fog after that. All right, stress. Memories. Distracted. Emotional storm. Ooh, confessions. You know, it's reminding me, confessions, of the King of Cups coming through with the moon in reverse. Like the emotional vulnerability, that could be where the confession is, how they are feeling. And all of the energy we're getting right now could be a little bit of thoughts of things that they are transforming, things that they are getting out of, things that they are ascending from, you know, as they're thinking of memories of you. You know, did they abandon this connection in some way? Or did both of you somehow abandon it, however that might look? Was there distractions? Were there things interfering, getting in the way? Whether it was a third person, a third party, a karmic person, a situation that they needed to kind of heal, move on from. Or they could literally have been distracting themselves in whatever way that looks, that kept this from moving forward. This emotional storm seems to be what is being healed, though, guys. The stress of it. And even I'm noticing, like, on the stress, there's so many post-its on this person's face. I'm looking at a big money sign. I'm looking at a house. Like, there could have been a lot of different factors that distracted this person, that created some sort of distance, hunk in the background. Wow. So these are some of the details that, you know, could tie you in, guys. But honestly, I feel this is energy that this person is taming right now. All of this hard energy, challenging energy, led to hope, led to ascension for them in whatever way that looks like for them. Some sort of transformation, some sort of healing. And you could have been the energy that helped push this person into this, or not. You know, they could have, again, through their own tower, you know, they got the tower moment, you know, stuff that they've been dealing with in their 3D could have also pushed this into where it is now. All right, so before we get into Work Your Light, which is your advice messages, guys, I wanted to take a look at our Wild Unknown, Alchemy. See what this person is currently alchemizing as far as thoughts and feelings. What else do we need to see, Spirit, when it comes to this energy? Winter. How many do we want? Glass. Breath. Okay. This is all resonating right now for me, guys. If you're feeling the energy, this person there's multiple messages coming through with winter. One of the things that's coming up is this person may be in that winter season, symbolically speaking. You know, winter is the season where things are in a reflective state. Things are put on ice, right? The trees, the leaves have fallen off. It's getting ready for a rebirth when spring comes. So a winter could be a phase that this person is working their way out of. Also getting the message with winter that something could have happened during winter between you and this person. That could be specific around winter time. Also seeing a tree, and I love trees. You guys know, and most of you that come to the channel are probably also tree huggers, like love trees. But the energy of the blues, giving that third eye chakra, is this person awakening a little bit? I mean, are they? I don't think they're going through a spiritual awakening. I'm just going to be honest. That is 15% of the population. And if this is a twin flame type of energy, most likely the divine feminine is going through their spiritual awakening, which is 1% of the population, divines. So as again, but that doesn't mean that this person isn't on their own spiritual journey. And if they are going through some sort of awakening, they could be part of the 15%. I mean, I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is they've healed a lot. They've journeyed through a lot, whether it was spiritually done or that self journey, self-improvement, self-development, more psychological than anything else. We're also getting glass and breath, okay? Now, breath and glass, it's like reminding me of reflective energy, reflecting, seeing things through a different lens, seeing things with more clarity, speaking heavily about clarity with the Ace of Swords as the theme of this reading. This person is gaining that. And even just the energy of taking that breath work. Is this person discovering breath work? Are they starting to, take a moment, take a pause and breathe before they rush, before they scatter like fire ant energy? So maybe it's this person grounding themselves, getting more rooted, more grounded. And that's kind of where they are at, which is not a bad place to be as far as thinking about, having this connection come into fruition with you and them. 30, 36, and 16. Wow. Quicksilver at the bottom of the deck. It's reminded me of like an old Western. I'm not a Western. Like old Westerns, those type of movies. That's not my cup of tea. But I don't know. Quicksilver. It's reminded me of that. All right, guys. Let's finish off your reading today. I think this is interesting energy. I wish you the best. I'm curious where you guys are at. Are you talking to this person? Slow it down. Don't be so eager. Don't focus on your phone when they're going to text back. Just allow it to unfold. Allow things to develop. Even with this person's emotions, how, we're picking up on the energy of the moon in reverse with King of Cups. With the confessions, like unveiling some of their emotions to you, some of the feelings that they truly do have for you in this connection. It's like they know what it is now. They're not scared of it now. How they are going to confess those emotions towards you, I think it's going to look more in a playful way. And also more of a consistent way. You're going to see this person actually locking in and making the effort, even though the pacing may not be as fast. And I feel like through their softness, and even if they're flirting, they may flirt a little bit with you. That's going to be the indicator of their emotions really coming through. Are they actually going to say it? I don't know. Maybe not right away. So let's see, Spirit. What is our final messages for our group 1? These beautiful messages. Use your discernment, of course, guys. Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Dude, if you've gone through a spiritual awakening, if you are that 1%, you've gone so far. I'm so proud of you. And if you're just touching base with the energy, let this be let this be a reminder for you to release focusing on it, especially where this is already. You don't need to do anything else, guys. Just focus on you and your own awakening. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And Minnetonkan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Listen, if for those of you that feel that this is some sort of soul, connection, longing for home, especially with true divines that could feel like home, because that's your soul, that's you, in another body. So remember, you are already at home in your own soul, and that's just what's coming through right now, guys, as a reminder. So have fun, be in a light energy. Make sure you unbound yourself. We got boundaries at the bottom of the new bottom of the deck. Make sure you unbound yourself if you're feeling a little bit tight, as far as thoughts and ego, if directed toward this person. Let it go. Switch up the energy. Have fun, because again, the way this person is coming in is Page of Wands, which is going to be in a playful energy. So you already want to be there. You don't want to force it, And again, if you and this person have serious things to talk about, that doesn't mean to shy away from that. But I do think it's important for you to be in a good, state of mind, and also a state of presence. Okay? Because again, if you're going through awakening, you and I already know how amazing that is when you are conscious and you are present. And it takes you got to keep your finger on the prize, right? We're human beings. So it's not an end point. You're not just going to one day be enlightened. It's something that you practice, you work toward, and you consistently make an effort to make sure you bring your attention to the present. So, with that in mind, guys, have fun, enjoy, time sensitive summer energy wherever you are in the world, or whatever season is going on for you, whatever temperatures. Be safe. I love you guys, and let me know in the comments. Send a like if this resonated, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye, guys. Hi, everyone, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Rose Quartz Pointed Tower and or the Mind's Eye Tarot deck, then let's get started. So their thoughts and feelings for you, this person, this energy that we're tapping into, the collective of Group 2. Thank you for being here, Group 2. We're looking at the details that's surrounding the energy of thoughts and feelings of this person. Whatever circumstances are going on right now between you and this person, we're most likely going to pick up on it. So don't force messages to fit. It might not be your reading if specifics aren't always aligned. But you should be able to know right away, guys, if this reading is meant for you. And if you clicked on it, this video, and this is the pile selection that you also chose, chances are you're in the right place, okay? All right, Spirit. Wow, I'm shuffling these pretty good. So much detail is coming through, guys. So I just want to make sure that it's for the right collective. So with that in mind, Spirit, thank you always for coming through for the collective energy of our Group 2. May we get the best messages for our Group 2 today when it comes to this reading today. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, guys, their thoughts and feelings. Let's see. What's going on with this person on your mind? What are their current thoughts and feelings for you right now? What are we picking up on? Okay, so we have the Fool coming through as our first card, and it's the first major arcana. It's card number 0. Aquarius energy coming through. We're getting the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Mind's Eye Tarot deck. It's a very interesting deck. Okay, we're getting the Four of Swords. This person's thoughts and feelings. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. This is a huge indicator that most of you are not speaking or not in contact at the current moment. However that might look for you guys. We also got the Knight of Cups. All right, let's see what's going on. Their thoughts and feelings. 8 of Wands with the Fool. Okay. So this person, this is not going to be, it's not going to take long for this person to come back in, I'm getting. Especially if you guys are in a no contact. We have the Page of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Swords. Ooh. What happened? 6 of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. Justice in reverse. I had a feeling this was going to come through. And Justice is card number 11. This is Libra energy. Our second major arcana. And our third major arcana, the High Priestess, guys. Card number 2, Pisces energy, Moon energy. With the Knight of Cups. Okay, 6 of Cups. All right, guys. I feel like there's good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to this energy, because you and this person may have gone through some ugly, that's the word that's coming through, guys. Experiences together. Okay, I'm getting a lot of messages coming in, so let's start over here. I just want to make sure I'm filing all of this so I don't miss anything, because you can't say everything at once. But one of the things that's coming through is you and this person might not be seen eye to eye. We got the Two of Cups in reverse, and we got the Queen of Swords coming here in reverse. It's giving the indicator, pile 2, that you might be not happy with them. This is something that they're thinking about. They know that you are not in good terms with them, and however that might look. You are not engaging maybe in conversation with them. You could be blocked to them in some way. And it could be because of something that was triggering. And we might have to get some clarifiers of this Page of Wands in reverse. But I want to also go back to the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups, in reverse could also be an indicator that you guys are not aligned right now. There might be some sort of disconnection. Both of you are not seen eye to eye, and it feels a little bit like blocked energy between the both of you. We're also getting it with Justice in reverse. I think because this person is thinking about it. You are on their mind, guys. Okay, let me be clear. Do they know how to fix this? I feel like that is something that they are figuring out currently. The Four of Swords is an energy of being in self-reflective energy. It's not bad energy, but it also is the indicator that you guys may not be talking. But this person may have more than one thing about you on their mind that we're going to be talking about. One of the things could be whatever it is that went wrong. If they misrepresented themselves, or if they came to you in an energy that wasn't serious, that wasn't, coming through as a committal type, someone that was a little more flakier or more leading with their passion, leading with um, not really fully being able to trust this energy in some regard that left you feeling shut down to them. So they're thinking about that. They're also thinking about how they could fix this. But I think a lot of what they're envisioning is success. You know, we got Six of Pentacles. Um, but they just don't know which way it's going to fall when it comes to you. You know, Six of Pentacles could be equal give and take energy. How much energy they're giving in. What are they going to do? How is that going to look? How much energy they're going to need to expend in order to fix this. This is what could be confusing them or leaving them in a state of not really knowing how to move through. They do. I feel like you and this person have history, you know, with the Six of Cups, or this could be an indicator that this person is thinking about all the good memories that you and this person experienced together with however long you and this person have been in each other's energy field. But Six of Cups could also be an indicator of a soul connection. But I always look at it also as, you know, someone that you could have grown up with, nostalgic memories. So however that might look, and again, it could look a little different with all of you guys because I think for some of you, you really could have known this person for a while. But for others, it could just be the memories that are lingering that this person is thinking about when it comes to you. Now, Six of Cups is such a beautiful energy. So for tuning into their thoughts and feelings, it's not a bad, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like this is where the good is. Like they feel very energetically, they are feeling a really good frequency when it comes to you. They have happy memories. They're not fighting the energy when they are thinking about you. If anything, what they are fighting is their own mistakes, whatever it is that they need to fix, whatever it is that went wrong between you and them that led to a disconnection is something that they're wondering, like, what is it going to take? How much? And that is something that they are not sure of. Because the way that I'm looking at it, guys, the energy that's coming through is they may have been coming through as a Page of Wands in reverse. This is the type of energy that's hard to trust, to be honest. It could come through as very immature, but it could also come through as someone that keeps their options open, that really does flitter from one encounter to the next. If that is how they treated this connection, I'm not surprised that the Queen of Swords is in reverse coming through here. You weren't having any of that. That was not something that was aligned to you. Now, does this person want a start with you? Do they want to move forward? Yes. And it's coming through very strongly, guys. We got the Eight of Wands. This is not going to take long for this person and you to start talking again. I'm going to be honest. Now, whether it's the right time for you guys or whether this person's intentions are aligning to your intentions for this connection, please use your discernment. But it still is an indicator that this person is going to move towards you, guys. We got the Eight of Wands. We got the Fool. This is taking a risk. So even if they don't know how to fix this, even if it doesn't, you know, they were not sure how it's going to go, how it's going to end up, for all they know, this could still lead to you guys not igniting this back up. But they're going to take that risk anyway. And instead of coming as a Page of Wands in reverse, which is what they could have showed you, whether that's their true self or not. And again, we are going to get clarifiers on this energy to kind of look and see if this, you know, look at the details of what may have happened between the both of you. But they may want to come through as the Knight of Cups with the High Priestess. It's like the energy of being more aligned in their forward movement towards you, coming through in a more emotional way. as opposed to a fleeting, passionate way that may not be something you could really trust. So, that in mind, they could also be looking at you as some sort of connection that goes beyond just surface level. And for this person, it could be making them pause. It could also be what's making them want to move in your direction as well. But I feel like that's kind of who they are. They seem like the type of person, oh, it started to rain. Like soft rain. Cleanse, like something's being cleansed. But they seem like the type of person that may be, well, let's find out, because there's only enough that I could keep assuming. And you know what they say about assuming. Noting the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which could indicate communication moving. But we got the King of Wands in reverse. Ace of Cups. Whoa. So I want to start with the Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands in reverse? What happened, Spirit? Why is the Queen of Swords upset or blocked? Why is your energy blocked? Why is the Page of Wands here? What are they thinking about? Five of Swords. There was a conflict. Was there a fight between the both of you? Did both of you have... I'm noticing the swords, and then I'm noticing the sword and the Queen of Swords, which makes sense, but just a lot of ego, a lot of things. Let's see what else. Six of Wands. Ooh, I was feeling that energy with the Six of Pentacles, to be honest. But it didn't make sense upright. So now that it's falling in reverse, things weren't successful between you and them. There was conflict. Five of Swords could also indicate competition, especially picking up on the energy if this person was... Which, let's get one more card for that. Five of Swords. The Emperor. Okay. Where the conflict could also be, whether they had multiple people or keeping their options open, which could be the case with their options open, not necessarily that they have people other than... My point is, that's not the point. The point is they were probably not in Emperor energy. Emperor energy is very stable, very loyal energy, very sovereign, powerful, aligned energy. And if they were coming through with the Page of Wands in reverse, this was a definitely a challenge for them to be in this frequency. Whether that's where you're at or not. But I want to see, but again, something, they could have also misrepresented themselves as an emperor, guys. That could be very misleading, you know, especially if you're not really using discernment and you're just going with your emotions. That could really have stung if you realize that maybe this person's intentions aren't where they should be. However, is that changing? Is this person starting to think and go inward? Do they know how to create that justice? We got the Hierophant in reverse. Is this person wanting a commitment? So this is kind of where the conflict could be, guys. You know, they could be feeling emotion. Actually, I want to see how this is going to end up, because I think it's going to boil down to, for this group, where this person's intentions are. Are they in that keeping their options open phase, and that's why they're being hot cold maybe? Or are they moving? Is this something authentic? Could we believe in this, Spirit? Knight of Cups, High Priestess. Nine of Pentacles. Now, this could also be how they are viewing you. That you may have offered something emotional. But Nine of Pentacles is also a very independent energy. Seven of Wands. Okay. It's giving where this person could have had their walls up. They like being single, or they may have felt very good about being single. So what does that mean? King of Wands in reverse. We got that twice. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure about this person. You may have to use your discernment if they come back in, which is why I think we should go to the Oracle. But we are getting Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck to end all of this. This is an offer of commitment. However, is this going to be offered to you? Are they rushing in? What is their intention? You know, that's kind of the lack of justice. Maybe that's where justice isn't being had. Because if justice was upright, if things were set right, then whatever it is that triggered you, or whatever it is that made a disconnect, something that disconnected between the both of you, that's not going to fix itself in the current energy of what this person's thinking about, guys. So keep that in mind. But are they trying to figure out how to fix it? Yes, but gosh, I'm not sure. Let's see. So this is why I love Oracle, to really take a look, guys. So if you're locked in with me, let's figure it out. Where is this person's intention, Spirit? Could we trust this person, especially when they come back in? Because it sounds like they will. Is this person genuine? What is the energy? Wild unknown animal spirit, whether it's how they view you or the energy they're in. Oh no. I do think frogs are really cute, but oh my gosh, we're gonna keep the swan. Getting like that swan, that ugly swan. Gosh, the word ugly. Frog, you know, turning into a prince. I always, you know, no one wants to kiss a frog. So is this a frog? Okay, we got golden egg at the bottom. Ooh, this could be something that, zebra after that. This could be mirrored. This could be something that you are really learning. Like it's waking you up. This is a very spiritual energy, the golden egg. You know, when I think of the golden egg too, this being very spiritual, it could like it just reminds me of the sun, like being activated in some way. It feels where things are lighting up. So their thoughts and feelings for you, you know, again, it's also reminding me a little bit of that high priestess energy, you know, where they may view you as someone that is a little bit more aware, more aligned with spirit. They may know that about you. They could also feel a little sliver, like this could be creating some sort of clearing of energy, you know, because when I think of the frog turning into the prince, there's some sort of transformation involved, of starting fresh, of a rebirth. And it started raining, don't forget. And look at the rain. So is this person's energy being cleansed? Now we also see a swan, and swan energy, you know, aside from, like, it reminds me of the Two of Cups and one of my other oracle, the True Love Oracle. I on the cover is two swans, you know, and it always reminds me, and it's the love card. So it's like, and I'm also getting like that divine counterpart, that mirrored energy, but that might not be for everyone. But that could be a confirmation for some of you that are experiencing that type of spiritual connection. But honestly, it's like, look at the grace, how graceful swans are. This person could look at you as someone that is just outside of their league. You know, are they starting to reflect on their own behavior? That could very well be it. But, you know, just like a frog leaping into action, like how frogs move, it's giving that full energy, leaping into the unknown, leaping into the direction. And I feel as though, even though this person is waking up a little bit to some of their, their energy, that they may be in that frog energy, that yucky energy, but are they ready to actually turn into a prince? That's kind of the where discernment should be used with this person. I feel as though you are coming through as someone that is more unique to them right now. But let's get into it. So I want to look at the truth, and then we're going to get right into heart's hidden secrets. Let's really see what's going on with this person's thoughts and feelings, and even, if we could trust this person. Is this person has good intentions or not? Because that feels a little bit, that could be your debate right now. Do I believe this person? Especially if this person comes in very quickly, So we're going to start with the Truth Oracle Spirit. What do we need to see for this energy for group 2? Miracle. Talent. We got pet. Look at the coloring. Divine intervention. Ooh. Drinks. Ooh, look at the coloring, guys. Even with this drink, it's the same orange. Getting like solar plexus. This person is trying to gain some wisdom. Again, the 4 of Swords is not a bad energy if that's what they are currently in, as they're reflecting on you, thinking about you. Do they have emotions? I think to an extent, yes. With the Knight of Cups. But is it authentic? Is it something we could trust, right? Are they just showing you what you want to see? Are they playing a game? So again, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting with this person, where it's now with High Priestess though, and the earlier energy of the 6 of Cups, like regardless of how this person views you, which is very nostalgic, very good emotions are coming through with the thoughts when you cross their mind. But that doesn't mean that they're going to handle this with care, especially if they didn't to begin with. Divine intervention, that could have been the Tower. The Tower could have been activated. The Tower is a moment. It could be something breaking down in someone's life. However that might look. A foundation that isn't sturdy, that someone could be clinging onto. And usually the divine comes in and shakes things up and creates that tower. If that person is in resistant mode. So is that what happened? Were they resistant? Was this created by divine intervention? So this could be something that has to happen right now with whatever it is that's going on, guys. That being said, bottom of the deck, unfinished business. So that could be the current energy between the both of you. We're both of you and letting go after that. Especially this person, because we're tapping into their thoughts and feelings. Both of you could feel that there's still things left on the table that needs to be spoken. But for this person, it could still be some sort of an emotional or something about the justice too. Like that's where the unfinished business is. I don't think they could move on until they create that. Whether it's you guys are meant to be together or not, it's that energy of them having a hard time walking away because they know they need to set things right when it comes to you. Do they want to have a drink with you? Maybe they will invite you out for a drink. And legitimately, I am thinking late night. I am thinking cocktail hour. Something about that. But if that doesn't fit, then some sort of meetup, a private conversation. There's not going to be a lot of people around. I feel like it's going to be in like a very dark type of environment. Like it's going to be an ambiance. It's going to set the tone for an intimate conversation. But again, is that going to be genuine? Is that going to be justice, you know? So is this person, to go back to misrepresenting themselves, and we got the frog too, let's not forget, with talent, you know, are they, I don't know, like showing off and trying to distract you from things that have happened already? So they may try to, I don't know, rush in. Again, they're going to do it in a very rash way, a very fast way. They want to come in, guys. But it's not going to be the most planned out, matured, aligned action that you're going to see from them, to be honest. So let's see. The Heart's Hidden Secrets. Got broken coming through. Memories. Goes back to that Six of Cups energy. Breaking point. Thoughts and feelings. Pride. Ooh. Nourish. Depth. Okay, not bad. I mean, again, I would always recommend using discernment. And hung to the background, that's so easy to say. But when you're in the moment and when you're feeling your feels, and if someone triggers you, it's easy to say when you're not in that energy. And you're feeling good, and you're feeling aligned, and you're feeling conscious, and, you know. But the minute this person comes in, it could make your nervous system go out of whack, and you might be unclear of authentic, you know, intention. So what do you right? How do you know? How do you use your discernment? Because coming from this person's perspective with thoughts and feelings, this person does tend to be in their ego, which could also account for how they are not really focused on solution and, you know, making things better. It's like they just want to make sure you're not mad at them. They don't want to leave it the way it is. They are hitting their breaking point. I don't think they feel good about how it ended or whatever happened to disconnect this. They could also be looking at themselves in that way, that energy of like, gosh, didn't even show up as my best self. I was coming through as that frog energy. Poor frog. Frogs are really cute, by the way, but again, just with the current energy, it's so, you know, if this person, to go back to reaching their breaking point, if this person is coming in with all this forward movement, Eight of Wands, you know, the Fool, yet what's a little bit more veiled, what's a little bit more unclear is their emotion, especially if you wonder if they are, you know, love bombing is, you know, when they show you emotions, but it could be that they show everyone the same thing, you know? So how would you know? So, okay, let's get into alchemy, because I could feel your energy too, group 2. You know, a lot of what I'm picking up on is you and your perspective on things. Even though we're tapping into their thoughts and feelings, it kind of goes both ways. And I feel as though, you know, through your perspective, it could be frustrating. It could be very difficult sometimes when you're wondering if your intuition is leading you astray. And sometimes it could feel that way, right? When you overthink. So let's see what's being alchemized for this person, Spirit. Anything we could see that could help us understand this person's intention, where are they coming from? Their thoughts and feelings as well. What else? Sun's splendor. Ooh, I do like that energy. And we got virgin's milk. Oh, God. I'm just going to say it, guys. Don't force this, but is this the type of person that like preys on naive type of energy? Like this is the type of person that could only date younger, because they're looking for someone that they could easily, manipulate. That sounds so bad. So again, that might not be for everyone, but this could also be the Page of Wands energy, like getting something easy, things coming easier for them, whether it's, and again, like all of us were in that phase too, whether age has anything to do with it or not. Some people are still in that phase and they could be, well into their prime years. But the point I'm trying to make is like, at one point, I think all of us are naive when it comes to learning those lessons. That's why you do need to come across those karmic, situations and people so that you could learn from it. So that eventually when you do meet your match, your person, your counterpart, you're already going to have learned all the lessons you've needed to learn. So is this person currently learning this? Now, this is not probably what it says in the book. So just because it's interesting energy I'm picking up on, I do want to read from it. Ooh, Venus. Glass after that. Guys, Venus energy. We did get the Emperor earlier. They may look at you as someone that is just feminine energy, whether you're male or female. You are coming through as someone that is truly in a gorgeous, aligned, like your beauty could also be like something that they see physically on the outside that it captivated them, that led, this Page of Wands to you, but they're probably realizing how much much intel there is with your energy and your frequency with sun splendor. This is the energy that they want to be umbrellaed under your brightness. They may be looking at you as someone that is so graceful, that knows how to like lead through life in a very beautiful way. And if they did something that makes them feel that they really weren't their best self, they didn't show you the potential of themselves, I feel as though that is something that is crossing their mind as well. They do want to be under your energy or within your energy because you make them feel good. Even the memories that they think about you feels good. And if they are not, Four of Swords energy, to go back to the reflective energy, it could feel pretty heavy. Depends, right? But it's also good to go through it. So this person is going there. And they're reaching a breaking point. So how that's going to look, have they learned a thing or two? All right, guys, I pressed pause so I could look up the virgin's milk. And honestly, it kind of feels, it says innocence, naivete, naiveness. I don't know how to say it the way it's naivete. So sorry I butchered that, guys. That's a hard word to say. Purity. So again, that could have been something that they were attracted to. That could be an energy that they're typically attracted to, that innocence, that beauty, and you might exude that. You could come off as that energy. You could even look and have like that young, youthful presence to you. You could have a baby face. You know, you could have that energy that just shines. And that's kind of how they view you. Something that's keeping them a little bit more stuck on you, to be honest. And you are coming through as that beautiful feminine energy of beauty, of abundance. And it feels, you know, to talk about the speed in which they want to come in, which I feel with the Knight of Cups and the energy that we got, you know, to lead their thoughts and feelings for you with the Fool and the Eight of Wands. It's giving the feeling of like tackling the situation. Even this feels like a football. And really just trying to get to the goal to make a touchdown. But, you know, that feels very competitive too. And that could be their ego. So, I don't know, guys, this person could be waking up to something a little bit more when it comes to your energy. But I would still use discernment when it comes to completely expecting this person to bring forth commitment. You know, I think if that's what you're looking for, you might not be. So again, you could also just allow things to unfold and don't ignore red flags. Make sure there's consistency. You know, if you think this person is still keeping their options open, but again, you know, maybe you haven't really had that talk of exclusivity. So, you know, in all fairness, you know, it's important to have that conversation. Maybe that's the conversation you had that led to a disconnect. All right, I want to get advice, final messages, especially with everything that we looked at today from this person. Spirit, what's our advice? Ooh, this is coming out again. Play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Be, you know, again, as soon as you start frowning, you know, someone's energy should be in addition to your own happiness. You know, that think of it as a blessing, an additional blessing. You know, you could go your whole life being independent and so happy to be on your own. And having someone else, a companion, is in addition, right? So if you are feeling not good right now, if you are hyper focused on this person, if they're bringing you down, if you're frowning most of the time when you're thinking about this person, you need to switch up the energy. Go have some fun. Enjoy yourself in whatever, however that looks. Don't dim to fit in. Don't hide your self, you know, because you're overthinking about this person, especially if this person is putting you through the ringer. Especially if you're just not even sure if you could trust this person. Maybe you should keep your options open. You know, is my point. You know, don't allow any other external energy, whether it's a person or a situation, to make you feel that you can't be your best, amazing self to the world or just for yourself. You know, you're not, if you post on social media, remember, it's not to get that like or not for that person to see. It's for you. It's to keep track of your own memories. At least that's the only reason I post. Whenever I post nowadays on my socials, it's like just to save it's like a picture album, to be honest, for me, just so I could save things. But who cares how many people like it, or who cares how many people see it? But I'm also more private in that way, you know, or else I would be showing my face. Maybe one day I will, guys. But the point I'm trying to make is you do not have to be so private if you don't want to. It's whatever you feel aligned, okay? Have some fun. Okay, let's get one more. These are your messages, guys. All right, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Oh my goodness. I love this energy. You really got to put some trust, into spirit, If you really trust, you wouldn't, I hate to say it, overdo readings, for example. Like if you're looking at so many readings, that might not be a good idea, guys, Collective readings. You could also be a reader yourself. Like for me, for example, I no longer read for myself. I can't. Number one, I can't. This I'm realizing is a gift that I need to share with others. It's not for me to be selfish and to know exactly what's happening in my life. To be honest, it's how can I trust spirit if I really don't let go? So that is my philosophy on reading for myself. Once the grand while, I won't lie, I will pull a card, but it won't be about a specific person or situation. It'll just be an energy, something like that. But the reason I say that and the reason I am reminding you of that perhaps is it could really keep you stuck too on time frame, on outcome. And again, I know I'm a channel reader and I would love for you to, you know, thank you so much for viewing and showing your support for the channel. But if it's breaking your spirit, you gotta put some boundaries up too. Bottom of the deck, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held at the bottom of the deck. Or the new bottom of the deck. So it's like a juxtaposition, play and also rest. So in other words, go with your alignment, Tap into your energy. What do you feel like doing? What do you feel like how do you want to spend your day, your afternoon, your evening when you come home from work? How is that what do you envision that's gonna lift you up? All right, guys, this is where we're gonna leave it. I hope you're doing okay. Honestly, I hope you're okay with this energy. When it comes to this type of energy, again, use your discernment and no matter what, I know you will make a good decision for yourself, whether you're meant to be with this person or not. This seems to be in a stage or a phase where it's kind of challenging, perhaps, for you. And also at this point for this person too, as they are starting to, see how a true tower moment could feel when it comes to someone that they may actually have an emotion for. So with that in mind, guys, officially, this is where we're leaving it. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hey, everyone, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the pink agate and or the tarot familiars, then you are at the right place. Group 3, welcome. So we're tapping into thoughts and feelings for you right now. This person that you are currently thinking about. We're going to go in deep. We're going to get a lot of details, guys, of what the current energy is. What's the situation as well? We're going to pick up on those details. Don't force anything to fit, please. So you should know right away whether or not this reading is for you. If this is the right person, if we're tapping into the right energy for you. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Spirit, thank you so much for always coming through for the collective energy of our group 3. May we get the best messages for our group 3's higher self today. Spirit, thank you so much. Person's thoughts and feelings. What do we need to stay silent? What are they thinking and feeling right now for group 3? 2 of Cups. All right. It's It's the Two of Cups. What can I say? Let's see what else comes through, though, guys. We got a lot more cards to go. All right, we're also getting the Eight of Wands. All right, this one's tumbling to the ground. The Knave of Cups falling upright on the ground, so we're going to keep it upright. The Knave, I believe, is pretty sure it's the Page. The Page of Cups coming through. My God, this is falling on the ground too. Upright, but... So let's look at it together. Queen of Swords. What do we need to see, Spirit? Their current thoughts and feelings right now for group. The Fool. Ooh, forward movement is definitely on this person's mind. This is our first major arcana. Card number 0. It's Aquarius energy. We have the 10 of Pentacles, guys. With the Two of Cups. Wow. Their thoughts and feelings for you right now, it's pretty positive. We got the Moon, and that's card number 18, Pisces energy. They want to surprise you. Getting a lot of full moon imagery. But in this tarot deck, it's what we call pip cards, where all the minor is, there's no visual representation. It's just a series of symbols. So the court cards and the major arcana will have the imagery. So that being said, it could be that a lot of the court card and the majors do have full moons. But I will say out of the 4, we're getting 3. Okay, so we're also getting Knight of Swords. So we have some air energy coming through, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Also getting that water, that cups energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. The Moon is Pisces energy, but I also think of Cancer energy, just because the sign Cancer is ruled by the Moon. We got the 9 of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Swords. Ooh. And the King of Swords. We got the Queen and King of Swords. Did this happen already today in the readings? It could have happened. I don't know, guys. I don't remember the readings. It's like as soon as I'm done filming, sometimes it just, I have to clear the energy, you know, but a lot of counterparts are coming out, guys. It's almost every reading. So we got the Queen and the King of Swords. We got a Knight of Swords. We got a Page of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Swords in reverse. All right. This person, there's a few things coming in, but I want to start with, actually, no, let me start with action, because that kind of is a big indicator. So one of the things this person is really thinking about is forward movement. It's to the point where it's not that they do want to, I feel like this is going to be expedited. There's a feeling of rushing in, but it's also veiled in a little bit of mystery. I'm noticing that the 8 of Wands is coming through with the Moon. 8 of Wands could feel like days. It's the fastest energy in tarot, the Wands energy. And 8 of Wands, that forward movement, it's swift action, it's forward trajectory. But it's coming through with the Moon. So it's kind of like this. One of the things this person could be thinking about and visualizing is surprising you, coming through in a way that's going to be a little bit out of nowhere, maybe even out of left field. It is them knowing that they are taking a risk. It's like they're stepping into the unknown. But I feel like one of the ways they're going to show up in forward movement is communication. We're getting the King of Swords. This person is coming through as intelligent, very logic thinker. They're also viewing you to that degree, as a Queen of Swords, coming up right. They could view you as someone that has very sound judgment, that really knows what they want, that really has a vision and a sight. You have, not that you have your boundaries up, but it's almost as though you know what you're worth. You know your worth. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. And they may be viewing you, whether this is accurate or not, guys. So don't get mad at the messenger. But the Nine of Cups, this could be an indicator that they're viewing you as someone that might not be completely fulfilled in life. That maybe what you're missing is companionship, love. It's giving the Two of Cups also, with the Two of Cups here, meaning that they may be thinking that this is mirrored in a lot of different ways. That they not only see you as a really beautiful match, you and them might have fun with conversation. Like, I bet you guys, I'm getting the feeling that this person, even if you're not currently talking, so this could be future energy that this person is thinking about, where they know that you are going to be good communicators together. Both of you could talk about topics, shared interests. Both of you are intelligent people, and I feel as though they value that in you. That is something that really excites them and something that they really feel emotion over it. Like, they're happy that they finally met someone that can match their way of thinking, their way of processing and analyzing, someone that could go deep with them. I'm also feeling too that one of the things that they are feeling fast, a pull in your direction, could also feel energetically with the Eight of Wands and the Moon. It's could be where something about your spirit, something about your frequency, your energy, your magnetic pull could really be calling them. And they may not know why. They may not know what it is. It may be a little mysterious, veiled in mystery. However, with the Two of Cups, that could, let's talk about their feelings. This feels to me where this person knows how they feel about you. They may not want to state, I love you. We're not getting a King of Cups energy. We're getting a Page of Cups. Someone that is going to be soft, is going to show you a very kind, they're going to be very kind, very loving. You're going to feel goosebumps. They want to bring you goosebumps. Gosh. It's probably because they are feeling it. They're feeling it. So they want you to feel the same. They again could go back to the energy of they feel you might be feeling the same. And again, you may be. It could be definitely mutual with the Two of Cups upright coming out as our first card. Whether this is newer energy or not, because for a lot of you, with the Six of Swords in reverse, this is the person that does not want to walk away from this. You guys could have shared some hardships. There could have been some sad emotions between the both of you. There could have been walls up at one point. There could have been a no contact, a disconnect. So this could have been what you and this person have experienced, but The way this person's energy is coming through, it really does feel like a fresh start, a clean slate. And again, this could, if for some of you that this is a new person and you don't have that history of tug and pull, walking away, not walking away, then this is something this person experienced or does not want to experience with you again or for the first time. Do they have a vision of the future with you? We got the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. I think one of the things that is on the forefront of their mind when they are thinking about you is kind of immersed with their feelings for you, like their emotions and their logic is sinking when it comes to you guys. It's really beautiful energy. You can't dismiss the 2 of Cups, especially with the surrounding pull. I feel as though they are thinking about you in the future with the 10 of Pentacles. This could be someone that sees you as someone they would even marry. Are you guys married? This is something that they may visualize. This is something they feel would be very aligned. And a lot of what they are excited about is the conversation between you and them. Even if it could just be even simply talking to you, having your energy around, being able to access you and reach you makes them feel fulfilled. So with this 9 of Cups in reverse, let's get a clarifier on that. Is there more to it? Do they think you're hard to please? That they really need to step up and be that King of Swords? Look at how serious that is. It's like the cross, the crow. I love this image. I love this image, guys. And then like the Queen of Swords has the 2 crows, probably cawing. Maybe not because their beaks are closed. And with the full moon energy, like you're activated, you are ready. You're feeling power in your words. I want to see why the 9 of Cups is in reverse here. Was that meant to be in reverse? And if so, is this the perspective this person has about you? About group 3? What do we need to see for it? Why is it in reverse here? 5 of Cups coming up again. Heartbreak. Did you go through some sort of sadness with them? Or do they know you've been through some sort of sadness elsewhere? The Devil in reverse. Going through shadows, releasing. You've gone through some things. Let's get one more. Why is the 9 of Cups here? Ooh, this is also flying out. 6 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Swords. I think for the right collective, there's shared history. And this could be an indicator of how this person, what they're thinking about, that you may be also processing the past or keeping the past and what you guys experienced together in the forefront of your mind, where they're thinking of future, of really locking in a loving way with you. So I think a lot of maybe what they kind of want you to forget, or they want to fulfill you. They want to fulfill you. Oh my goodness. All right, we got the 2 of Wands. Wow, they know exactly what they want, which is you guys. For those of you that are in a no contact or you're not communicating, they are ready. They are ready to communicate. They are ready to lock in. They are ready to have this beautiful relationship. I think they want to ground this. They're not walking away, guys. And for those of you that are starting to talk to them, This is someone that has been ruminating over this for a while. And for those of you that resonate with the frequency of this is a newer energy, honestly, I feel like it's a newer energy for something you haven't experienced with someone, with this person. So it's am I saying that right? It's like a newer, it's like a rebirth. It's like this energy has been recycled into an awesome new material. It's been like upgraded. How this person is feeling, like they just know. I feel like this person is just very secure in what they are currently thinking about when it comes to you and what they see and what they want and what they would want to manifest for the future. I feel like I don't want to say it yet, but Two of Cups, that could be love. It's like they want to rush in too. You know what? Horse is coming through. Are we keeping this? We are. But to go back to Queen of Swords, like even like these two crows, it's almost as though someone bothered them. They may have been resting peacefully on lampposts or a tree branch, and a noise shook them and they scattered. So with the moon and the Eight of Wands, is this person going to surprise you? Do they expect to surprise you? All right, we got the horse. Aw, I love horses. My daddy, when he was alive back in the day, he used to take my sisters and I to the racetracks like every weekend. Like he was a big time gambler. And that's why I love to gamble, unfortunately. And fortunately, because I've been getting lucky lately. But never gamble what you can't lose, remember. Not to promote gambling. But anyway, to go back to horses. Horses are divine. I love the energy of a horse. It's also very action oriented. We are in the year of the horse. Let's not forget. The gazelle. Aw. It's like a gazelle caught in the headlights. Look at the eyes are so piercing. And this might not be the full moon. It could be. Gosh, the full moon I saw the last time I saw a full moon, the super blue moon, or not the micro blue moon, had that orange glow. But it's also giving like that sun. Like safari vibes, honestly. Like the beauty of animal kingdom. Goodness, I am seeing like such a vision. We get the lion, man. Let's get one more. Like seeing like the Lion King. We got the turtle instead. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, the golden egg is coming through. So a lot of processing, a lot of healing, a lot of divine energy ready to burst through. This could also be very mirroring. Both of you could have been activated in some way, especially if you guys are counterparts. Look at the swan energy. Giving divine counterparts, giving Two of Cups, giving lovers energy, giving love. It's mirrored. Goodness, guys, this is very aligned. I feel as though the turtle is coming through, even though there's such speedy energy surrounding the tarot. Even the horse, like I'm envisioning like a speed horse, like a wild horse. Oh my gosh, if you've ever seen a wild horse, where did I see wild horse? In Nevada, out in Nevada. On a gambling trip, believe it or not. We were in where were we? Man, guys, my memory is awful. Like honestly, because I don't even know where we were. But it wasn't Vegas. But it was such a beautiful, beautiful like resort town with gambling. Goodness, it's like so popular too. How could I not remember this? Um, and I would check my phone, but I use my phone to record. I need additional equipment, but I can't afford it yet. But so my phone, I can't even like Google it. It'll come. It'll come. Let me move on. But the point is I'm feeling very serene imagery of mountaintops of ski resort vibe, like just that type of energy. And then we're also getting safari vibes. Something about this feels where this person's feelings at this current energy is just it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Like it's just they feel relaxed. I do feel though, with the rushed energy of the Eight of Wands, to go back to the Fool and the Eight of Wands with the turtle, is this gonna feel slowed down at a certain point? I think maybe this is what this person wants to do, is pace this in a very aligned and magical way. They have their eyes set on you instead of galloping like a wild horse into the wind. That's why I brought that up. Oh my goodness. And then I lost track of the plot. I lost the plot. If you ever heard of that phrase, that's like a new phrase that like comedians are using online and stuff. Or like captions that I'm seeing. But either way, it's so funny. I just lost the plot. But it kind of like this is where this person could be losing the plot as well, maybe, you know, where they are just immersed in these visions and they could be very hyper focused on you as well. So, with that in mind, let's keep going. They're galloping full speed ahead though, but at the same time, it's like they don't want to crash and fall. So they need to pause when they see the headlights coming. So the imagery I'm getting right now is caution, a little bit, pacing, feeding more, leaning more into alignment and intuition. Then this person might be more used to going into their logic and intelligence. So maybe this is a little bit of a change for them, which I'm not surprised, you know, if this is a rebirth, then things are going to be a lot different than how you and this person come in toward each other. So I think this person is more conscious. I want to get into the truth oracle. See what else is coming through for thoughts and feelings right now with this person. What are they? Ooh, the dice. Look at this. Gambling, the Fool energy, horse betting. They know they're betting on the right horse. They're gonna win with you. We got street. It's like a leap of faith. Affairs. Oh. Independent. I love this energy. Look at how dope this card is. I used it for a pick a card reading before because it's so dope. Has such good energy. Let's get our last one and then the bottom of the deck. And then we'll talk about it. Divine timing. Ooh. Ascending. Goodness. Guys, this could definitely be a soul connection. I'm noticing at the bottom of the deck, snake. And for the first time in a long time, I brought up the year of the horse, which I haven't really talked about in a while since we've been in the year of the horse for a few months now. So, snake energy at the bottom of the deck, shedding one's skin, this person and you, especially because I feel like this person is conscious to it. They know that this is different. They've changed. They feel like you've changed. They've watched you change, I think, is the energy. Like they've seen your evolution. And I feel like they may have also evolved since the last time you guys have been in each other's energy. I think for the right collective, it may have been after a period of time where there really felt like the unknown, like you didn't know which way this was going to go. But now that this is coming together, it just feels so good for this person. Divine timing ascending. This really could be a spiritual connection that is at a point of union. This could be a soulmate, but this could also be twin flame. It really depends on the circumstances, because I feel like a soulmate isn't going to be that challenging, isn't going to be that dark. And I mean, not that it's perfect, but a twin flame connection, guys, where there is a divine awakening and there is a dark night and the worst of the worst type of, I can't even explain it because thank God I'm not in that energy anymore of that obsessive thinking that. So for those of you so you would know if you've been through an awakening and you know that this is a twin flame, this energy has definitely evolved. This has come a long way. For those of you that are more, this might be your soulmate type of vibe with the Two of Cups here. And there may have been a hiccup down the road, but I feel as though you guys are in a really good spot. Affairs could be something that may have been the past energy, between the both of you. It could have felt like you guys were in a situationship. And what a dreadful label when you or this person knows it's something a lot more deeper than that, right? So I'm also getting a message that there could have been third party. There could have been a lot of interferences. This person could be reflecting on, could have put to the past. It's like affairs that they could have encountered, but no longer really is in their current energy. Also getting a message of just when it comes to you, like that passionate embrace, they're looking at you as, again, the Queen of Swords with the Nine of Cups in reverse, like that initial feeling that I got that they may think that there's something that you might be missing in your life. Maybe it's them, right? Like that's what they're hoping. But that you are still shining in such an independent, beautiful, magical, mystical way. Like yin yang energy I'm getting too with the color of white and black, like the perfect combination of the two. And that they know that you must have ascended and they may have watched you or known that you've gone through a heavy energy at one point and they may have been the ones that caused it. Again, it really depends on what you've experienced with this person. And for the right collective, it's going to be a soul connection. So it could be 50-50 on what that type of soul connection is. But I think for the majority, it might feel more like I don't know. It really could be 50-50. Roll the dice. It could be 50-50. But I will say 7 is at the top of the dice. And that is the 7th house. It's reminding me of the 7th house, house of partnership, house of balance. It is having to do with Libra in Venus. And who's meowing? Mooney. Mooney's looking at the window. My cat Moon, my girl, she's meowing at something. All right, guys, I want to move on to our hearts. Hidden secrets. Let's see what else could come through. Where they are at with their thoughts, their feelings. Gosh, they may have gone through their own transformation, which could have been some heavy energy. They, like I said, they could have shed their own skin in some way. So, Spirit, what do we need to see? Their thoughts and feelings right now. Ooh. We have one day escaping. Moon is still meowing at something. I hope there's not a bug. We got trapped. Bluff. Cloudy judgment. Ooh. You know, to go back to the 9 of Cups in reverse, that could also be something they're feeling. A little bit of lacking fulfillment. If you and this person are a little bit at a disconnect in some way, or there is, you know, the Queen and King of Swords could also be an energy of not seeing eye to eye, or maybe not being completely 100% happy with each other right now. So if that is the case, you know, this could really be difficult for this person. Someone could have been wearing a mask. It could have been them. It could still be them really trying to figure that out with the moon energy here. You know, like how much they do want to show. We got boundaries at the bottom of the deck and only you after that. Do they think you have your mask on right now as well? Like maybe they feel you're a little hard to get right now. I was feeling earlier. This could be something that is difficult or challenging for them. However, if someone pushed this away, again, a lot of the past is brewing still. So if you guys are not completely communicating or communicating in any way right now, I do feel like this is going to happen soon. But in whatever this disconnect was in the no contact, so this could be past energy coming through in the reading, or this could be current that this person is reflecting on, the energy of what did keep them trapped, which is could be why they want to break through and reach out and communicate and talk to you. They want to unveil, they want to unmask this feeling that they're feeling. And maybe this one day is happening now or soon. But are they thinking you are going to have your walls up? Are you going to have boundaries? Maybe. You know, the Queen of Swords is not someone to mess around with. You can't clash with the Queen of Swords. So this person is feeling they are coming through as someone that needs to match you, the King of Swords. So this could be paced in a way that's going to make both of you feel more comfortable to open up. It could happen more slowly. And it could happen more slowly, especially if, you know, both of you are using discernment, or both of you or one of you have their walls up, are still not sure of the other. Even if this person is sure of you, they could be thinking that you might be someone that may have cloudy judgment at this point when it comes to them, which could entail the 9 of Cups. Like, are they the person that could fulfill you? Are you questioning this? So they are thinking, guys, they are analyzing a lot. Okay, so let's go even deeper. I want to get into the wild unknown alchemy. What is being alchemized with this person's spirit? Their thoughts and feelings. What do we need to see? Because it feels very promising. It feels like this person is completely embracing their emotions. So let's see. Smoke. Ooh. Cloudy judgment. The smoke is clearing. Autumn. Bottom of the deck, iron. The first thing I heard is iron will. And we got sugar right after that. So, an iron will. Guys, I feel like this person is fortifying their energy right now. You know, we're getting this sacral root solar plexus energy with the colors of the iron and autumn. You could be viewing this during autumn or fall season. That could mean something. Fall season could actually mean something for you guys. Something could have happened in the fall. But it also could be the energy of what fall, the season, represents. You know, the change, the transformation, the dawning of a new day. And this is the season before winter when everything is resting, right? So it's the feeling of reflective energy, clearing the smoke, seeing truly what they want with the Two of Wands, excuse me. And there's like intensity. I'm feeling so intense as I'm reading this energy right now. Like I'm getting pulled forward. Like, oh my God, am I like showing myself? I don't know. But I'm like knocking into the table because it's just this energy is pulling me in. We're getting lightning twice. Look at the lightning in the background of iron. I just noticed this. And cloudy judgment. It's all connected. And we did have lightning earlier today. So it might be raining near you, or there might be stormy weather near you, or kind of the energy of just chilling at home and just relaxing, reflecting. But I feel like a lot of this is where this person's energy is. Iron also is giving strength and a frequency of something that is irreplaceable, indestructible. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I can't speak. It's my Chicago, I guess. I don't know. But indestructible or undestructible. Either way, hi, Moon. Moon is coming through. She hasn't come through in ages. Hi, Moony. And now she's gone. The moon energy is coming through again. I'm taking that as a sign, guys, with the moon here. You know, like clearing the energy. Something's being cleansed. So, and there's sugar. You know, sugar is not all bad. Sugar feels good sometimes. So I feel like there's something good coming out of all of this. And it feels as though this person really is emotionally like leaning in toward this and you. And this is what they are thinking. This is what they are feeling. It's like they're ready to take off their mask. They're ready to be legit. And it feels like a rush. Here, Moon. Moon is lingering though. She's lingering. So there could be that energy that's still lingering with this person. So it really depends on what's going on in the current energy. Is this person communicating with you or not? But if they do, if and when they do, guys, this is going to be, and they will, I'm pretty sure they will. If this is for the right collective, they will. And if you're not already speaking to this person. And when you guys do communicate, you're going to realize that this person is going to feel like you could, they they want to make you feel like you could lock in with them, that you could relax with them, that you could feel okay, to feel fulfilled. You know, they want to be your masculine to your feminine. They want to be in that energy equally, balancing, you know? All right, let's get your final messages. Wow, what a reading. What do we need to see, Spirit, as our last messages? Any advice, anything that we need to see for group 3 with this energy? What do we need to know? Ooh, that was meant to come through. Scratching my nose. Boundaries. Someone has boundaries. It's coming up twice. So what this person thinks is also something that Spirit is saying. Yes, make sure you do have your boundaries. You know, and it's not a bad thing. Even if, like, let this person show you and prove to you. What is that going to look like, you know? The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Everything's going to work out, guys. All in divine timing. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Oh my goodness. For those of you that resonate with the divine feminine energy of a twin flame, the 1%, you are going through a spiritual awakening. You would know. For those of you specifically, this seems to be happening in this lifetime. This is something that you might be feeling and sensing. It might be all feeling like it's coming together. And it's producing like this light within you. And if you don't feel it now, you're going to feel it when things align in that frequency. But it's going to feel very like you're so on the right path. Everything is just lighting up. Everything makes sense. You don't need signs from Spirit because everything is just obvious of what you need to do and what happened. You know, it's hard to explain, but again, when you are feeling that energy, and Spirit is showing this to let you know that this is, if it's not happening, it's going to be happening very soon, guys. Your crown chakra is open. You will be receiving too. You might really be in your gifts right now. However your gifts are showing up, you know, it's gonna be hard to miss. Most of you already know what your gift is. Gosh, I kept shuffling. Leave, more full energy. We're gonna leave it there. That was meant to happen. And it also feels like a risk. You go first, the universe will catch you. This person is going to come in. They are going to take that leap. So I think for Spirit, ooh, there's a little fruit fly. Oh my God. And Mooney just stepped on it. Moon, I don't even think she meant to do that. I don't know where it went. Did it fly off my window? Gosh, it's the season where insects are going to start really coming through. And my screens are so ripped. The one I have open isn't ripped. Don't worry. The cats are safe. All right, guys. Sorry to go off course. Keepers of the earth, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Guys, I'm going to be honest. As I was reading and channeling messages, I've been seeing sparks and flashes of light. So I already had a feeling that there was a really strong spirit team around this energy, and I'm not surprised. For those of you, and those of you that resonate with finding your soulmate, you two are also meant to be together in some divine way. You know, not to the extent of a twin flame, but it's still a divine journey. And honestly, guys, I I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Someone is sticking around. Someone could be like a fly on the wall, listening or keeping tabs on you. This person could be still lingering. So it really depends on your timeline with this person. For some of you, it's going to be more, it's going to be faster. Like for some of you, you're already talking to this person. And I think for others, it's going to happen very soon. I'm getting maybe a week. For those of you that have to wait longer, I'm not sure if this is the exact reading for you then, because this feels very fast. So with that in mind, stay tuned. Let's see what happens, guys. And honestly, let me know in the comments. I hope this helped. Never wait around. Always live your best life. Leap into your own energy. For those of you that are going through an awakening, you already know and you are very aligned and everything is in place. And again, it may look differently when you are triggered, so just brace yourself and be tuned into your energy. So this is officially where we're gonna leave your reading, guys. I love you so much. I hope this made sense. Hope to hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye.